Today we're reviewing the volume of prisms. We have two different types of prisms. We have our rectangular prism and our triangular prism. The formulas for those are a little bit different because when you are dealing with the triangle base, you're taking 1/2 of it because a triangle is half of a rectangle. But we're taking our area of our base, which is our big B, and we're multiplying it by our height. So if we really write that out, if we look at number 1, the area of our base is a square on this one, which is 3 by 3. So we would find the area of the square and then multiply it by the height or the length of this prism. So when we expand that out, we have length times width for whatever our base is times the height of the actual prism. For a triangle, again, it's still the base, the area of the base, which is your triangle, times your height. But then when you break it down, our area of our base is going to be 1/2 times the width times the height of the triangle. And then we multiply that by the height of the actual pyramid. So we're going to do a couple problems today to give you some examples. So let's look at number 5. Number 5 is a classic rectangular prism. Our base is a rectangle. So if we look at our base here, this front side here that I just highlighted in green is our base. So our volume is going to be equal to the area of our base, which is 2.8 times 9.5. And then we have to multiply it by the height or the length of this prism. So we have our base, and then it's being pushed back to make the entire prism. So now we have to multiply it by 7. So our volume is equal to 2.8 times 9.5 times 7, which gives us 186.2 inches, because that's our units, and we have 3 of them, so it's cubed. So inches cubed. So don't forget to put your units on your final answer. Now let's look at number 8, which has a triangle in it, and we're going to do the same process, but this time our base is not a rectangle, it is a triangle. So we have a triangle for our base. So here's our base, and then our length or our height is the 15 inches over here. So our volume is going to be equal to the area of this triangle right here, which is 1/2 times 9.6 times 4.8. Then we also have to multiply it by the 15 for the height. Now another way to write this, if you're figuring out this problem by hand and don't have a calculator, another way to do this, instead of converting this to a 0.5 and putting it in a calculator, you could also write it as 9.6 times 4.8 times 15 divided by 2. These two equations are the same, so you could write them either way. It's just another way of looking at it. So I prefer the second method where we're dividing by 2 at the end instead of multiplying by 0.5. And if you simplify that, you end up with 691.2 divided by 2. And then when you divide that out, you get volume is equal to 345.6. My units are inches, and I have 3 of them, so it's inches cubed. And that is your final answer.